Halo Sobat ITS, senang sekali hari ini kita kedatangan tamu sangat spesial dari seorang profesor dari Utrecht University, yaitu Profesor Hajo Reijers. Beliau adalah pakar di bidang bisnis proses management. Nah, welcome Professor Hajo. And would you like to introduce yourself and also tell me a little bit more about your focus research?
Thank you, Professor Mahendra. My name is Hajo Reijers. I'm working as a professor in Utrecht, which is a city in the middle of the Netherlands. Utrecht University has a department of information and computing sciences. That's where I work. I lead a group there, a process science group. And for people who are not familiar with Utrecht University, it's the largest university in the Netherlands with the biggest number of students. And it's one of the, I think, 14 public universities there. My specialization is business process management. And if I had to explain that in a few sentences, business process management is about how people and using information technology, how they work together to produce services and goods, and people who study those processes eventually also like to improve such processes. So they analyze the way people work together, how they use technology, exchange information. And my field, my discipline, and also your discipline, I know that, is concerned with developing tools and methods so organizations can work more efficiently.
Thank you. Yes, you are right. That is also my research area, and I'm following your step. So what you describe seems like business process management is very much related to information systems. Now, some people in Indonesia might think that information systems is only about computer programming. But if you would like to describe to these potential students, what do you think is an information system?
Yes. So information systems definitely involve information technology. Information systems, at the heart of information systems, you have an IT system that stores data, that can be used to retrieve data, but it's always used by people. So information systems students always need to understand the technology, but also the interaction within a bigger socio-technical system. If I then make the step to business processes, I think the scope of business processes is even bigger than information systems. The scope is not only on how information technology is used by people in a business context. Business process management, the perspective of business process management involves all the different IT systems and all the different people who interact together to get certain things done. So in many actual work processes, you will see that there is not just one IT system, but there may be dozens, and in some organizations there may be hundreds of IT systems which are used. Each system is used by maybe dozens or maybe hundreds of people, but even those people have to work with others to create all the objectives behind certain business processes. So if I have to explain it to people who are completely new to the field, I would say you have on one level, you have the technology. On another level, above it, there's the software that runs on the technology. Together with the people involved, that is the information system. And the business processes connect all these different information systems within an organization or perhaps even across multiple organizations.
That is very well said. So the BPM is actually very well connected with information systems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are no business processes nowadays without information systems, but I think what is important also for people who develop information systems to realize is that the information systems are also always a means to achieve something on a higher level for an organization.
Yeah. So actually, that leads us to my second question. That is, why is information systems becoming increasingly important in today's digital world?
So people who have studied information systems and work as professionals in this field form the bridge between two worlds which are often not so well connected. You have, on the one hand, in an organization, you have the people who know a lot about technology. They know about the newest development, they know about computers, they know about the networks, and they're very good at developing and maintaining the technical infrastructure. On the other hand, you have business professionals, the people who realize how to do work well, the people who create new business models, new companies. They know a lot about doing business. In between, you have the information systems professionals. Information systems professionals have to understand, on the one hand, the technology and everything that technology can do, and also the newest developments in technology. But on the other hand, they also need to understand what the management and owners of companies and the government really want to achieve in terms of business objectives. And the people who know about information systems, they are able to connect these two worlds. So they need to speak the language of people who know about technology, and they need to speak the business language. And that is a sort of a bridge function, which is has always been very important. But if you imagine in the world nowadays where technology is accelerating, and we all see developments in the area of artificial intelligence and all the impressive things that are happening on that stage. And then you have, on the other hand, the business professionals, managers, owners of company, entrepreneurs, who may not be able to follow all that. Then it is the information systems professional who works in between and needs to connect these two different worlds. So if you ask me, why is information systems so important in the world of today? I would say, especially to prevent that the gap between the people who know a lot about business and the people who know a lot about technology becomes wider, because of the acceleration pace of new technology, but also all kinds of new ideas of creating new business models, new types of products and services. We need information systems professionals to connect these worlds and keep these worlds connected.
That sounds very interesting. And you also brought out something that I know everybody's talking about, that is artificial intelligence. So how do you think artificial intelligence change the field of IS and also your field, like BPM?
So I think that artificial intelligence will have a big impact on the way we are working. So I think that a lot of the tasks that we do nowadays will change, because artificial intelligence will either be able to be used to completely automate these tasks, but more likely, at least in the short run, is that artificial intelligence will be used to support people to carry out their work. So these are things which are definitely will be happening, which means that also information systems professionals need to, of course, stay up to date with respect to these developments. What is, I think, an added value that a business process perspective has here is that most organizations I'm aware of are experimenting or applying AI to automate or support separate elements of business processes. So certain tasks will be automated or partly automated. But what organizations find difficult is to find out how the impact of automation of one particular point, how will it affect the entire organization and perhaps other tasks that are not into scope. The special, I would say, perspective that business process management researchers and professionals have is that they consider holistically how all work relates to each other. So, for example, it makes no sense to automate one particular step of a process if you cannot keep up with all the efficiency and the speed of this new task in all the other parts of the process. There has to be a certain balance. If you want to improve something and you want to have the entire company working faster, you need to take a look at these things in coordination with each other. And that is, I think, something that many organizations struggle with. They automate partial parts, but they cannot manage the entire process.
So do you think AI will replace human professionals, or will it become a tool that helps them to work better?
So I think a couple of things will happen at the same time. I think there will be certainly tasks that AI is already better at and will become even better at than humans can do it. And then I think it makes sense to let AI do these things under supervision of people. I think there's a huge potential for AI to help people carry out work that they're already doing in a better way, where it will be a supportive thing. But one thing that we have always seen in the past, maybe 100 years, where some form of technology, or at least information technology, has been used to replace people, that there will be new jobs and new tasks that we cannot even imagine now that will be created, that will evolve, that will require people. So where people are often very, I would say, anxious about whether they will still be needed in the workplace, I have the feeling that more from a historical development, we will see that all kinds of new jobs will emerge that are actually something that we really need people for. And then a final thing, maybe, I noticed that one of the most dominant ways of thinking of AI is that we look at work that is already taking place and how we can improve that work. But I think it is an opportunity for us to also think of work processes, products and services that we never could perform because we didn't have AI before. So I think there is a big opportunity of thinking of all kinds of new businesses that now become possible, but we never done before. And that's a different way of thinking than automating the work that we are already doing. I think there is a huge potential. Is there work that we can do which was always too dangerous to be performed by people, right? Then maybe we should start doing that work. Or is there work that would involve so many people that it would be uneconomical to carry out that work? Well, with AI agents, maybe that now becomes efficient. So I encourage people to more start thinking about what are the new things we can do rather than what are the things that we can automate what we are already doing today.
Maybe like AI police or
AI police, or maybe personal assistance to monitor people's health so that we are more, I would say, that we can provide people more personalized care and also care at the right time of the moment so that we can get a healthier planet.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's very interesting, but maybe if you can have a final word or message to share with the Indonesian students who dream of making a global impact through technology, do you have anything that you would like to share?
So what I hope that the Indonesian students will do and realize that it is really the younger generations that we need, not to only to think of how make things more efficient and more effective, but that they will also take a broader perspective. I mean, there are so many things in the world changing. Look at Europe and in the Netherlands now in particular, we have a heat wave. And I know also that the climate in Indonesia, the seasons is changing. So I think it is time that we do not only think of making more profits and making things more efficient, but that we also broaden our view of the things that are really necessary for humankind, not only to survive, but also to thrive. So I hope that newer generations of students will take a broader perspective and take into account well-being of people, the sustainability of the IT solutions that we provide, and other perspectives than, I would say, economic perspectives. Yeah, and that will create an impact for the world, and that will be beneficial for all of us.
Yeah. Okay, then thank you very much for accompanying me today, and hopefully you will enjoy your stay in Indonesia.
I'm already doing that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Demikian percakapan saya. Adalah suatu kehormatan bisa mendatangkan Profesor Hajo Reijers to ITS Indonesia. Semoga ini juga akan membawa dampak yang besar untuk perkembangan BPM dan sistem informasi di Indonesia. Terima kasih sudah stay in.